Welcome to Venture 360. My name is Aaron and I'll be taking you through our software and reporting platform today. Venture 360 was founded by ex-VCs, angels, and entrepreneurs that felt the pain of the venture investment process from both sides and developed this software to power thousands of investment firms like yours across the world and streamline their processes from deal pipeline through exit. And I'll show you how. When you first log in to Venture 360, you'll be presented with a dashboard like this. This aggregates total investment initial value versus current and ROI. Any outstanding action items, be things to pay or sign. And then accounts overview will show you across funds and SPVs, total capital committed, called, and remaining, as well as disbursements, carried interest, and fees. And then the recent funds transactions that power all of that. If your firm promotes individual deals to investors, you can do that and have those display at the very top of the dashboard front and center. And if not, logging in will launch the portfolio summary first. All of this information rolls up from how we organize your portfolio companies and investors. So let's take a look at those. Venture 360 is extremely investor focused, so we'll start there. We segment investors into three categories. We've got individuals. Other entities are any investors other than a person, and then your funds and SPVs. The individuals is how you manage your relationship with your investors. Clicking onto an investor will show you their profile, high-level information like their experience and background, their membership overview, and so forth. Clicking into their dashboard will show their scoped view. Looks much like yours, but it is scaled to their level of participation with you. We can see this investor has some outstanding invoices to pay. Scrolling back up, we can see the investor's portfolio summary. This is a really robust view that is going to show this investor's total position in each portfolio company, organized by funding round and funding vehicle, whether they invested directly as themselves or through one of their other entities. We also manage disbursements and open commitments, those other entities that this individual owns, in whole or in part, as well as the funds and SPVs that they invest into. Manage electronic signatures and their documents, so subscription agreements and so forth here, as well as contacts that would need to be copied on any correspondence of the investor, and securely store files like K1s and subscription agreements in the platform. Those other entities can take a variety of forms, and so we organize those here. Clicking into any one entity, it's going to show you the entity structure, its investments and administrators, any outstanding action items specific to this entity, and again on the left, manage that relationship, all the investors involved in this entity, its files, and so forth. Lastly, on the investor side, we have your funds and SPVs. This is a bit more broken out. It still shows your capital committed for each, capital called, remaining, the disbursements, carried interest, and other fees. And clicking into any one fund will show you its dashboard that gives you a clearer view of how money is moving through the fund. Here we see this fund has called capital. Of the capital call, much has been received, but there are still funds outstanding to be paid, and there are still funds remaining to be called. Similarly, we're going to track disbursements, so we can see what's been distributed and your progress towards hurdle. And below that, capital management, portfolio investments, and structure. Again, on the left, manage your fund here. You can see all of the investors invested into the fund, add new investors, submit subscription documents to those investors for signature, call or disperse capital, securely store files, and so forth. Now that you've got your investors invested into funds, let's turn around and invest into some companies. So your portfolio companies will have their own profile housed in the system. This will include elevator speech, website and social media, industries, or any other custom tags that help you organize portfolio companies. Upload YouTube videos, pitch decks, financial snapshot, management team, and just like with your investors, manage the relationship with this portfolio company on the left-hand side. You can create and customize applications, whether for pre-screening new companies for funding or getting down into financial due diligence, and assign those to the companies here, track their progress. Track open deals for this company here, and clicking into any one deal will give you the deal room with all the terms. Make initial commitments from your funds, and if you've given your investors visibility into these deal rooms, they can make their own commitments either directly or through their entities. You'll track all commitments here. And then your notes section gives you threaded discussions as a way to communicate with the companies, discuss among investors, or just backroom notes. We looked at featuring deals on the dashboard. You can share with your syndication partners and invite guests, and then close deals with the click of a button. Once you've closed a deal, it's going to appear on your company cap table here. This shows all investments into the company by round and vehicle. You can add new classes on the fly and update valuation with just a couple of clicks. In between those valuation events, you're going to be able to ask companies to update other KPIs and valuable metrics that will populate here. Well, we've got a number of out-of-the-box commonly used metrics. You can build your own metrics to track either portfolio-wide or by company. And as you get historical data on each metric, those are going to populate into some great data visualizations in the charts. You can compare one metric against another, changes over time, and these are all fully customizable and can be used in reports that I'll show you later on. So we've got your investors, your funds, your portfolio companies. This all drives that robust portfolio view, again showing total position by company, by funding round, and funding vehicle all in one place. These tools make your job as a fund or investor group manager super simple, but what else it does? It makes you look great to your investors and members. Each investor will have their own login into the platform, and that will drive them to see those action items, payments, signatures, their own portfolio so that you don't have to push as many statements. They can pull data on demand, and they can view reports that you've built. These reports can pull those charts from portfolio companies, combined with text and images for a really polished presentation, all in-house in one platform, so that you can cut down on the number of emails that have to go out pushing this information to your investors. We think you'll be really wowed by this platform, but for a more personalized tour or to learn how we can take over fund administration and formation and really serve as your back office team, click the link in the comments. We'd love to connect. Thanks very much. Have a great day.